The biggest party of the summer has officially wrapped up, and we have a lot to unpack. SummerSlam 2022 was one of the most anticipated events of WWE. Aside from the matches itself, it was the first WWE pay-per-view without Vince McMahon and the first with Triple H as the head of creative. So did it live up to expectations? Welcome to Sports Entertainment, and today we're reviewing SummerSlam 2022. But before we begin, be sure to click that subscribe button so you can stay updated with all our great content. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click on the thumbs up icon down below. Now let's get to it.
We told you that we could feel that all hell was going to break loose.
Tell me! Don't tell me! Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Are you kidding me?
SummerSlam kicked off hard with a banger of a match. Bianca and Becky Lynch opened the show with a great bout for the Raw Women's Championship. There will probably be those who prefer this over the WrestleMania match, but regardless which bout is the better of the two, this match was an excellent one. Towards the end, Belair kicked out of a manhandle slam from Becky. The man tried a second one from the top rope, but the EST countered with a beautiful Spanish fly and quickly followed up with a KOD for the win. Becky congratulated Bianca over the win, but it doesn't quite stop there. Bianca's victory celebration was interrupted by the returning Bayley, who looks to be the next challenger for Bianca's title. But wait, there's more. Joining Bayley afterwards was the returning Dakota Kai and former NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai, who has apparently been renamed Io Sky. The trio marched to the ring to confront the Raw Women's Champion, but Becky stood by Bianca to even the odds. The trio of Bayley, Kai, and Sky eventually backed down. With this opening match and segment, we can already see Triple H's fingerprints on the show. There's a lot to look forward to from the get-go. Becky's face turn, perhaps a partnership with Bianca, and Bayley's stable with Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Exciting times are indeed ahead for this one. Logan Paul vs. The Miz was the second match for the night. Here's something you wouldn't expect to hear. Logan Paul was fun to watch, and this match exceeded expectations. Logan Paul had a very impressive showing here, including a frog splash from the top rope to Miz on the announce table that was absolutely wild. The match concluded when Paul hit the skull-crushing finale on Miz for the win. This may be one of the better celebrity-led matches done by WWE, and much respect to Logan Paul after this excellent performance. He might have just silenced any doubters who still think he has no future in pro wrestling. Next we have Bobby Lashley vs. Theory for the US title. A short and quick-to-the-point match that began with Theory attacking Lashley from behind with his Money in the Bank briefcase. The match was exactly as it should have been, short and sweet, with Lashley being portrayed as almighty indeed. In the end, Lashley retained by getting the Hurt Lock on Theory, forcing a quick tap. Up next is the Mysterios vs. the Judgment Day in a no DQ tag team match. While it was an okay match, this was basically meant to set up Edge's return. By this point, everyone knew the Rated R Superstar was coming back. And Edge did come back with new music and a Brood-style entrance to get his revenge on Judgment Day by assisting the Mysterios for the win. Obviously, with Edge's return, Judgment Day's storyline against the Mysterios is done, and their feud with their former leader has begun. What else does this new Edge have on the table for the Judgment Day? We'll just have to wait and see. Happy Corbin vs. Pat McAfee. Another match meant to show what the beloved Pat McAfee is capable of inside the ring. Pat has had better showings, most notably against Adam Cole a couple of years back. Here he had a couple of slip-ups, and the athletic spots weren't as memorable as they were previously. But Pat and Corbin were still able to pull off the match. Nothing much to see in this match. If you want better showings from Pat McAfee, you can just go back and watch his matches from NXT. Next is the Usos vs. the Street Profits for the undisputed WWE tag titles. This match was shorter and not as action-packed as their Money in the Bank match. If this match had anything to pay attention to, it would be Montez Ford. Throughout the match, you could see Ford's demeanor gradually shift into something darker, trash-talking the Usos, getting more frustrated with near falls, and towards the end, Ford was even lashing out towards special guest ref Jeff Jarrett. Ultimately, this demeanor cost the Profits the match, and the Usos retained with the 1D on Angelo Dawkins. What happens now with the Street Profits? And after Montez Ford's performance here, it begs the question, are they about to turn him heel? Riddle and Seth Rollins get into a quick brawl. A few days before SummerSlam, it was announced that Riddle had suffered an injury, and his match against Seth Rollins would have to be postponed. A lot of speculation went around as to who Riddle's replacement would be for SummerSlam. Instead, what we got was a quick brawl. Riddle stormed the ring and called out Rollins. The Visionary came out and Riddle met him at the ramp, starting the brawl. But it ended just as quick as it started, when the two got to the ring and Rollins delivered a stomp to Riddle. Nothing came afterwards, no surprise opponent, no swerve, nothing. This was clearly meant to extend their feud and turn their rivalry into something more personal, but it just felt like a segment from Raw. Liv Morgan vs Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This is a mismatch on paper, but fan support for Liv Morgan as champion is undeniable. Liv has worked hard and earned her way towards the championship, and she cannot ask for a tougher first challenger than the baddest woman on the planet. Going into this match, one has to wonder how it can end. Well, we got an answer. Within 5 minutes, Ronda had decimated Liv's arm, and she only lost when she had her shoulders on the mat while applying the armbar on Liv, long enough for the ref to count 1, 2, 3. But not before Liv tapped out, which wasn't seen by the referee. The announcers point out that Ronda should have won if only the referee saw the tap first. Ronda knows this and is not happy about it. She takes out her frustrations on Liv and the referee, perhaps signaling a heel turn. And if anything, heel Ronda is always a better Ronda. But unlike most turns, this one is understandable. Had the referee been in a better position, Ronda would have won the title. It remains to be seen if this will be the last match between Ronda and Liv. And finally, the main event. Roman Reigns vs Brock Lesnar, last man standing match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. First of all, big-ass farm boy Brock Lesnar entering the ring on a tractor is one of the greatest entrances in SummerSlam ever. What followed was one of the most memorable last man standing matches in recent memory. The first few minutes were slow, but gradually the pace picked up, especially when Lesnar rode the tractor again and used it to push the ring and flip it with Reigns still inside, and it made for one of the most memorable images in SummerSlam history. Later in the match, Brock will take out Paul Heyman, and the Usos will get involved to help the tribal chief. Fury would run in with a briefcase in hand to tease a cash-in, but his plans were thwarted with an F5 from Lesnar. The distraction provided an opening for the Usos and Roman to batter the Beast. They hit Lesnar with everything possible, but the Beast kept getting up. And finally, it took a shot at the dome with the title and burying Lesnar with ringside debris to secure a win for Reigns. Many fans are calling this the best match between Reigns and Lesnar, and if you watched it, you can clearly see why. Roman picking up the win was no surprise, but this match certainly lived up to its hype. Overall, SummerSlam 2022 was a very good pay-per-view, bookended by the best two matches on the card. The first indications of Triple H's involvement are present, and for the first pay-per-view without Vince McMahon, it certainly delivered. And that's our review of SummerSlam 2022. Do you agree with us? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, leave us with a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more great content. Until next time.
Off the ropes, always untamed. On guard when I step in the ring. WWE, all eyes on me. King of the ring, who you came to see? It's a big show, so let your friends know. Only the strong survive. Face to face, look your opponent up in the eyes. Crowd cheering, fan favorite, I'm the main event. Had them all waiting, my finish move, they anticipate.